Baltimore is more than crabs in the wire, and I'm here to share the real stories of the real, true talented people in the city who don't get the recognition that they deserve. Please sit back, relax, subscribe, and watch how we make the whole world want to be more like us.
Welcome back to Be More Like Us 410 TV. We're here back again on a new episode back in Randallstown, Maryland at Dimples Restaurant, Bar, and Lounge, which is black owned. So make sure you come check them out Monday through Sunday. Stop in and see if you like it. I think they open up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock every day, and they close at 12. So Dimples Restaurant, Randallstown, Maryland. Be sure to show up. Might see your boy. If you missed last week, you're absolutely loca en la cabeza, okay? Because we had Val here with a legit 501c3 talking about how she gives back to all kinds of kids, but definitely in the Park Heights community in West Baltimore. So if you're interested, you have a child, you know a child in need, be sure to go back to last week's video, look at the description, follow Val on all social media, or if you want to donate and be a blessing to her, make sure you do that. But I love this lineage of boss females, man. This is our third in a row, man, because I know there's women bosses, and I got another boss that we're going to talk about something crazy. You got life insurance? Because if not, you need to be hollering at Carlotta. What's up, Carlotta?
Hey, everybody.
What's up, man? We got you got life insurance?
Of course.
I'm picking. But we need to make sure you got life insurance.
You, and you, everybody.
Who are you, and where are you from?
Well, my name is Carlotta Miller. I am from South Baltimore. I'm from Westport, from the hood. So that's where I was born and raised.
Oh my goodness. Security. Oh, all right. Ain't nobody in here. Go ahead.
So that's where I was born and raised, but I grew up in Westport and then in West Baltimore community.
How did we meet?
We met actually before high school dancing, and then we got closer in high school.
What high school?
Western and Poly, y'all know Western all day.
What it
Dub
is.
Love, class of 03, hey.
So we always talk about celebrate good times, but I'm pretty sure growing up in Westport with just like Baltimore isn't really known for all its positivity, right? Not even in that neighborhood, but just can you think of a time where something happened that could have altered you, could have took you on the wrong path, and you're not here talking about or about to talk about, your business, but you could have just, completely just not been where you are. Like, can you think of something?
Yes, I can think of plenty of times where my life could have been taken, where it was in a bad place because where I grew up at or who I've been around.
Well, give me one that stick out to you the most.
I think the one that stick out to me the most is when I got into a situation with one of my cousins and we got shot at a young age, and that was kind of like a wake-up call, like
how old were you?
I was 12.
Wow. So you experienced gun violence or potentially at 12.
Yes. And I also experienced police brutality at a very young age. I think the first time for myself when a white man came up to me with some crap I was about 7 to 8. So, yeah.
So how did you overcome that?
Overcoming that at a younger age, it was hard to overcome. My dad's from the islands, my mother's from North Carolina, so both of them have experience in racism and things like that. So overcoming that growing up was just trying to stay positive. Or I did have a not so good mentality when I was younger. It was more so after police, forget them, because I've always seen them doing bad things growing up. But as you get older, things change. So
do you feel like the way that people look at the police or view the police is triggered by their childhood interactions or just stuff that they see coming up?
Absolutely. I think that it's triggered by both. It could be from your from growing up where you live at, also from just seeing things on the news all the time, all the negativity on the news. It definitely has a huge impact. Like here in Baltimore, it's the way that we're treated by the police is pretty bad. So when you see that on the news and in your community, you kind of be like, well, that's how all the police officers are. And you don't get them a second chance because you always got to be on the defense with them.
So we overcame that and we started being the boss.
Yes,
but
awesome.
I can't say you weren't always a boss, but there was clearly some type of transition. So what's your story from always feeling like a boss to actually writing checks like a boss? There you go. I think that's a better way to put it.
So, I mean, at a young age, I always knew that I always wanted to do my own thing. I had a problem with authorities, you may say. People telling you what to do and when to do it and how to do it has always been, like, to me, like a jail mentality. But I had a job at an early age at 14, 15, 16. Up until 2016, that's when I started my own business. I got into it because someone came to me like, well, you should be getting into this, that, and the third, and I did. It started off pretty much taking off quickly, actually, in 2016 to whereas though I stopped working my job where I was working at Good Shepherd probably about 6 months after starting the life insurance. Right now, it's just a blessing. It's amazing. I get to help people my color, of color, teach them the right way, the things to do, the things not to do about life insurance, what's good for them, what's not good for them, for their family, despite their circumstances. It's an amazing feeling to be able to help my own people.
You so Baltimore. So, this is the part where we always ask people. One question, 2 answers. Okay. Gotta pick one. Can't explain till after you pick the answer.
Gotcha, I got you.
And the only way you would know this is if you're from Baltimore.
Okay.
Bigger movement. 12 O'Clock Boys or the Car Club scene in 2006.
Whoo, you're gonna hit me with that.
You got a
I'm gonna have to. No, because I was there for both, you know.
That's what I'm come on. You stalling. You stalling. Bad fans from that.
12 O'Clock Boys.
Oh, okay. Pee Wee, y'all. I see y'all. Okay. Shout out to Meek. Shout out to Meek for the movie. But listen, that was a hard question.
That was hard for me.
Car clubs is about 12 of them back in 06.
Man.
And it's still today breeds. Every generation is different, but it was every bit on a Sunday down Drew Hill. You could see about 100 dirt bikes and about 200 to 300 cars on any given Sunday in Baltimore. So shout out to both cultures giving something positive to do. That's what we talk about, positive stuff.
Yes, all the positive.
They say the children are the future. Show them how and let them lead the way, right? You know that's famous words. Rest in peace. You know where that came from, right? So if you could look at that camera right now, tell a kid out there something right now.
So what I would tell the kids right now, the youth of Baltimore City, is go after your dreams. No, let me start with tap into your gifts. When I say gifts, tap into your spiritual gifts and tap into your talents. That's where it starts at. Learn who you are and know whose you are. The sky is not the limit. Don't let anybody put a limit to what you can do. It's too much talent in Baltimore City. Do not allow anything to discourage your parents, your friends, your teacher. There are going to be people that tell you no, that you can't do it. Do it anyway. Just keep pushing, believe in yourself, and be around people that believe around you. Keep your energy positive, and you will go a long way.
Motivational minute, baby. Baltimore can be a scary place.
Yes, it can.
But it can be a beautiful place.
Yes, it can.
In your mind right now, what is the current state of Baltimore?
So I would say right now, Baltimore is going through like a reconstruction that's needed, that's a necessity from all age groups, from every party, the governor, from teachers to lawyers. We all need to take out what we knew and rethink and remove so that the children can have a better future, because we might not be here for the whole transition, but I feel as though that it's starting somewhere. I feel like we need so much in the city because we have too many gifted people here that it's going to waste.
So with that being said, where do you think Baltimore is going in the next 5 years?
I say in 5 years, if you have everybody doing their part, I'm talking about the kids, I'm talking about the parents, the teachers, the staff, the lawyers, the doctors. If you have everybody playing their part and putting their hands on, that Baltimore can do a 360. Like, things can change, but it has to start with us. You can't say, oh, the governor not going to do this. So what are you doing? What are you getting out there and doing? Everybody do their part. Everybody pick up the trash. Everybody do. It's small things that you can do to help your community out. Once everybody start pitching in and realize that as a whole we can do better, Oh, I feel as though once we do that, the sky not even the limit.
So, great point to bring up. So will you still be here in 5 years?
Yes, I believe I still will be here. However, if I don't be, I'm still going to be a part of whatever's going on here. Like, this is where I was born and raised. I don't run from where I'm born and raised. If I was to ever move, like, because I am planning on buying a house, that doesn't mean that, oh, now forget Baltimore, because this is where we need the help at. This is where I'm born and raised, so I'm going to come back to that always.
So, if you can look at the camera right now, who you thinking? Who you shouting out?
So right now, I'm gonna have to shout out my parents for making me, for believing in me, my family. I have to shout out my children. I have to shout out anybody that's been there for me. I have lupus. Anybody that's been there for me during my transition of fighting with that. I love y'all. I thank y'all for any type of encouragement. I want to thank you, E. I want to thank you for introducing me to so many new people. Like, we have like 22 years of friendship, and I want to thank finally God, because without God, nothing would be possible.
Yeah, man, say that. Definitely God is the greatest, and I always like to say this on camera. You know, you're one of the strongest women I know. You're a consistent reminder of how you can have something that's supposed to defeat you, but you get up every day with a smile on your face.
Yep.
And don't use that as no type of excuse or crutch not to hit your goals in life. And you know, yes, I've definitely been in your corner. You know, I more so off camera than on, because I'm not really, you know, doing it for that. But
Right.
I just want to give you your flowers while you're here. I want to make that cool again. I want to make giving people that flowers while they're here cool
they're
again.
here, yes.
You know, that brings me to story time, and definitely shout out to God. Big ups to the man above. None of this would be possible without him. But story time. So back during the car club era, of my era, 04 through 10. Let's say it was real strong for me, about 5 or 6 years. Shout out to Bowtie Boys. I would go down in the park, and shout out to Crush and Mink too. That was my first car club. Bowtie Boys was my car club. But I would go down the park and film everybody, right? And what people don't know is I went on YouTube and created a channel, and I would put up the ride out videos. And still to this day, they've muted a lot of the music because then YouTube changed and the law changed. But if you type in like car scene, Baltimore Car Club, whatever, and you search a little bit or type in Bowtie Boys, you can see some of the videos I've done. And man, those videos combined have done almost like over 200,000 views. And that was before YouTube was a thing. This was before they was even paying people. So I just say all that to say, be a visionary. You know, definitely everybody's going to travel, but travel on the path less beaten. You know what I mean? So you can create your own lane so that it can make a smoother lane for somebody else, man. So shout out to everybody out here who is on social media, YouTube, and they're benefiting from all the pioneers in the game. Definitely you don't owe me anything. I'm just saying I was thinking about other people before I even had this channel. I'll see y'all next week.